This article, Linguistic Memory and the Uneasy Settlement of U.S. English by John Trimber, says despite proposal from many who wanted to plan for a core language, the founding fathers no legally binding national language for the U.S. However, there's much evidence they manipulated the course to favor English over all else. While immigration brought several widely used languages to the U.S., it was ultimately due to the process of printing that caused English to be favored over other languages, particularly German. Where more than one language met, such as the Louisiana platforms, a pidgin and ultimately a Creole, which Americans refer to as Creole, formed. With this menagerie of languages in our rich and diverse history, and of course the very wide use of Spanish, along with many other languages still in the use in U.S. today, Trimber suggests the United States, where we still instruct in English as a means of wider communication, instruct students using other mother tongues and languages and dialects, and promote the use of one or more languages. This would be a U.S. where we would expect each member to be multilingual. Key words in this article are founding fathers, national language, immigrant, English only, maritime trade, merchant capitalism, pidgin and Creole, political linguistic situation, unquestioned means of instruction, linguistic memory, and multilingualism. Here's a quote from Trimber regarding Noah Webster. The uniformity of English that Webster had in mind, as has so often been the case in the United States, is the language of the New England settlers, the Anglo-Saxon descendants, whose own regional dialect became the surrogate for a missing English of national unity. This reminds me of Jamila Lescott in the video we watched, where she says to the actual English, the British, this wasn't even proper English, just like what we speak now isn't even proper compared to what they believe. Um, a video I often use in my own classroom for dual credit British Lit is English. That's what English would sound like if we took out all the romantic influences in it. Here's a quote regarding Benjamin Franklin. Franklin may well have been drawing on his own experience as an entrepreneurial printer when he called on his fellow English-speaking settlers to recognize the danger posed by Germans who made up perhaps 40% of the population in Pennsylvania. Here we have a description of Pidgin and Creole. Pidgin is where two or more languages are combined with no native speakers, but in Hawaii they still call it Pidgin even though it has native speakers. And the term Creole is used in general all over the world when two or more languages form. But in the United States, we consider that our Louisiana, we call that Creole, but it's a common and a proper noun in that case. Um, Here is a one of our best friends speaking Hawaiian. Um, just an example of that. So he's reading from the Pidgin Bible, which is, of course, printed in what they call Pidgin, which again is a Creole. Similar stances to this article are Misty Watson when she says that we should consider all that we miss when we require one variety of a language. Deborah Brandt discusses the role that printers play in the establishment of English, just like this article does. Aso B. Inoue discusses the white language supremacy. This article proves that. And Paul Key Matsuda addresses Trimber's article. He sees that gap in discussion for all instructors to be equipped to teach second language composition. So, my own kids speaking in non proper English, it was very hard for my honorary daughter here to even make this recording for me because she used to speak like this in high school and now she's in college and can barely do it anymore because she trained herself. So I guess I don't know. And then my other kids calling me fam and cuz, using forms of language that are not proper. Here is I'm not his cousin, and here's this one. And, and they do call me cousin. That's true, and I do not understand it because I feel like mom is higher ranking title. And this is how the rest of my family speaks. This is printed on the wall of one of our favorite restaurants, and this is how we in East Texas speak for sure. So anyway, this article um, definitely highlights the fact that language has been created by the settlement of the U.S. original founding fathers to push for English, and um, other articles that come after it do highlight the fact that even though the article is calling to ultimately promote the use of many languages, others are questioning not only Trimber but in general whether or not we really have done enough or understand that we need to do more to promote learning, and of course possibly teach other courses, math, science, in the mother tongue of the students so that they can better understand that if they are not um, English as a first language students.